gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? I would like to introduce at this time graduate Sydney Turner, who will conduct the band in pomp and circumstance.
Upon first entering the halls of Renaissance High, there were so many dreams, expectations, and fears the class of 1994 faced. We young, fresh, eager girls and boys were to become young men and women. In addition, we were expected to maintain the level of academic excellence most of us maintained at middle school, just to live up to the Renaissance standard. Well, fellow classmates, upon looking over our 4-year climb to the mountaintop, I must say we have overcome. We journeyed through the smoke-filled IPS room and sludge test of Mr. Pavia into the dreadful task of completing our geometry projects, then the chemistry den of Mr. Ashakis, right into the wonderful world of physics by Mr. Hudson. I feel it is safe to say that graduation came about through work, and more work. However, amidst the struggle, we have managed to become co-workers, close-knit classmates, and most importantly, good friends. As we strive toward even greater aspirations, I only pray that the bonds we establish will never end. Class of 1994, we must live up to our fullest expectations. May God richly bless our steps as we strive to continue our dynamic legacy, for there's so much in store for the class of 94. I love y'all. God bless.
Good morning. It is indeed an honor to stand before you today and welcome you to the 14th annual commencement ceremony for Renaissance High School. This is indeed a very impressive class, and any of you who attended the baccalaureate last night can well note that when you look at the baccalaureate booklet. These 147 impressive young men and women have amassed over $1.5 million in scholarship awards and grants. For this, they deserve a round of applause. So special acknowledgments today, first of all, to Mr. Burke, our LSCO chairperson. Mr. Burke is wearing a dual hat today. Mr. and Mrs. Burke are also the proud parents of one of our graduating seniors. So that's why he's not sitting on the stage. Also, I'd like to acknowledge Sergeant Brown. Sergeant Brown is one of the Army Training Reserve liaison officers for Renaissance High School. I'd like to also note two of my colleagues, Principal Posey Williams from Cooley High School and Principal Elijah Porter, who are also the proud parents and relatives of some of our graduating seniors. I want to thank so much Mr. Tank and the graduating committee, senior class sponsors, Wilsey's Cap and Gown, who provided the caps and gowns for not only our graduates but also for the staff. Our own ROTC, Sergeant Tolliver and Sergeant Felton, for your help and your support last night and also today. For Terrence and Janet Garden, who did the beautiful arrangements we see on the stage, and also for the baccalaureate ceremony yesterday. For the choir and band, for your outstanding performance. For Mrs. Ellsworth, who wears many, many hats, for the beautiful tablecloths that you see. I also want to acknowledge a very special lady, Mrs. Barbara Chambers, who's the president of the parent group for the class of 1994. And also some people who are very near and dear to me, who have given me the support that I have needed over the years. First of all, my mother, Mrs. Della Kelly, my sister, Mrs. Maria Gibson, and my daughter, Deanna Gillow, my husband, and Carl Hamilton. Family is very important to me, and my mother and also my late father are the reasons why I'm here today. They are also the ones who have led, guided, prayed for me along the way. This time I acknowledge you, and I thank you, Mom. To the seniors, as a new principal, words cannot express how proud I am of you. From here, each and every one of you, you look absolutely beautiful. You have greeted me with open arms and you have made me feel very welcome. As my first graduating class, you will always have a special place in my heart. It will always be there. I thank you. Students, at this time, I want you to take a look at either side of you at the teachers who flank you. The teachers are wearing the academic robes to honor not only you, but also the value of education and the acquisition of knowledge. Please give them a round of applause for all of their support for you this past year. To the staff, thank you so much for your dedication and commitment. As a new kid on the block, support from all of you have made it possible for me to continue this past year. Thank you again. To the parents, thank you for believing in the Detroit Public School System by entrusting us with your most prized possession, your son or daughter. We need your continued support as we work cooperatively together, not only for their future, but for ours as well. Seniors, you are our present and you are our future. Therefore, you have a tremendous challenge, but you can and you will succeed. We pass the gavel of knowledge on to you so that you may continue what we have begun. Our job was to provide you with the educational skills needed to overcome the challenges that you will encounter. We've instilled in you a thirst and a hunger for knowledge because learning is a lifelong process. Your job is to take what we have given you and pass it on to someone else, thus perpetuating the continuum of knowledge. As you walk across the stage, remember, you are not graduating from something, you are graduating into something, and that is the University of Life. Well, the race doesn't always go to the swift or fleet of foot, but to the one most qualified, most knowledgeable, and most prepared. Your ability to succeed lies in your will and your determination to achieve. As you experience the joys of success and the sweet taste of victory, remember those who have helped you along the way. Your mom, your dad, grandma, grandpa, your siblings, and your relatives. The nudging, guiding, fussing, cajoling, and praying from these individuals have contributed to your success. Take a moment now and thank them. Take a moment also to thank each other for the support we have given each other during the past 4 years. One of the strong points of Renaissance High School is the family atmosphere. Keep the bonds of friendship strong, for united you stand and divided you fall. Always remember, education is your passport, God is your guide, and faith is your key. Be strong enough to stand for something so that you won't fall for anything. Develop yourselves intellectually, build yourselves physically, strengthen yourselves morally, and uplift yourselves spiritually. Therein lies the keys to success. I love you all. May God continue to bless and guide you in all that you do, for He will be the wind beneath your wings, lifting you to higher and greater glory. Thank you.
It is my distinct pleasure to have that part of the program which deals with the recognition of scholarships, awards, and honors. We had a program last evening, our baccalaureate program, to honor our graduates in a more special way, but we would like to highlight some of their achievements. If you will note, some of the graduates are wearing cords, and there are two colors that they might be wearing. The blue cords are the honor cords, and these are for those students who are graduating with a 3.0 grade point average or better. And it is my distinct pleasure to say that we have 73 students in a class of 147 who are graduating with honors. In addition, you will note that some students are wearing yellow cords. These gold or yellow cords are for the National Honor Society members, and they were corded last night, and so they are wearing the gold cords. We have 32 students who were honored at the Superintendent's Excellence Awards Banquet, which is to honor those students who have a 3.5 grade point average or better, and we were the second highest number of honorees in the Detroit school system, second behind Cass Technical High School. Some of our other noteworthy achievements are, for the class of 1994, 2 National Merit semifinals, being the only Detroit public school to have such. 13 National Achievement semifinals, with Cass Tech being the only other school having 4 students. These students are honored based upon the results of their PSAT test taken in the 11th grade. In addition, we have 82 students who have qualified for the Michigan Competitive Scholarship Program, and although the honored students are given money on the basis of financial need, they qualify on the basis of their ACT test. And 82 students out of our graduating class did qualify, and we are very pleased with that. We also have 4 students who are graduating with a 4.0 or better grade point average. Those students are seated on stage. 2 students, the class salutatorians, are Bernard Bruno. Bernard, would you please stand? Tiffany, would you please stand? And you will see that they are wearing medals. Thank you. And now we have 2 students who have maintained during their stay at Renaissance High School a perfect all-A record. And those 2 students are Rebecca Howell and Kate Halliday. And Rebecca and Kate, I would like for you to come forward for one moment, please, as I give to you from the Governor of Michigan a letter which says, "Congratulations on being named valedictorian of your graduating class. This is truly a tremendous accomplishment. I would like to take this opportunity to express how proud I am of your academic success. You have shown yourself to be an outstanding student in the classroom and a true role model in your community. As class valedictorian, you have certainly demonstrated yourself to be one of America's best and brightest student leaders. The sacrifices that you have made in achieving this high honor have already given you a solid foundation on which to pursue your dreams and aspirations. As you leave high school and look ahead to an uncertain future, please remember, successful people look at life's hurdles not as barriers to success, but as springboards to achievement. Once again, please accept my sincere congratulations on your achievement and best wishes for success in the future. Keep up the good work. John Engler, Governor. Each year as students come back who have graduated from Renaissance High School, they ask me, "Mrs. Lester, are the students who attend Renaissance now as good as we were?" And I can always, or I can at least still say with authority that indeed they are. As our students this year go across the country to such schools as the University of Michigan, Wayne State, Michigan State, MIT, St. Olaf, Northeast Missouri State, Howard, Morehouse, Spelman, Hampton, and wherever, we know that they will take with them the Renaissance tradition of excellence. It is based upon your successes that we are known, and we know that this class, which has received more than $1.5 million in scholarship, will continue the Renaissance tradition. Congratulations.
Webster's dictionary defines an achiever as the following, and I quote, "One who accomplishes successfully," end of quote. The people that sit here before you capture the pure essence of what it means to achieve. However, as leaders of our class, our president, our valedictorians, and our salutatorians have gone above and beyond the call of duty to become great achievers. It is indeed an extreme honor and privilege to give to you the president of the class of 1994, Mr. Jamal Edwards, our valedictorians, Ms. Rebecca Howell and Ms. Kay Halliday, and our salutatorians, Ms. Tiffany Powell and Mr. Bernard Bruno.
Good morning, administrators, faculty, parents and families, and friends, but most of all, good morning, graduates. Today, June 13th, marks the closing or commencement of our high school careers. Ordinarily, you would think that a closing would be a time of sadness or depression, but not this time. I stand before you all today to tell you on behalf of the graduating class of 1994 that this is not the end. As a matter of fact, this is a new beginning. As we cross the stage and further the threshold of life, we are beginning our own entrepreneurship, an educational entrepreneurship. Each and every one of us will be going out about our own business of learning. All of the concepts we have learned, people we have met, and obstacles we've overcome shall now be pooled together so that we may begin our own corporations, build our own hospitals, and be set in the chairs where our nation's legislative and executive powers rest. We are BAD. This class succeeds and supersedes any other, for we are unlike any other. We are the leaders of tomorrow, yet we have distinguished ourselves as the leaders of today. I'm sure that sometimes you look out of your window and see kids stealing cars, shooting innocent bystanders, and selling crack. But here and now is the time and the place for you to look around and see the real thing, the right thing, and the best thing. Look around you, or better yet, look before you. Seated before you are the future lawyers, ministers, presidents, doctors, policemen, and any other profession you could ever imagine. Some of these graduates will engineer their own professions, yet still we worry about the future. Well, this graduating class is here to tell you and to show you that we need not worry about the future. Let's focus on the present. If you've ever listened to our own rambunctious news media, they'd have you believe that we are doing it all wrong. But when you have a graduating class that is comprised of academic, political, athletic, and spiritual champions, I have to wonder if maybe we aren't doing something pretty right. As a matter of fact, with 4 students with over 4.0 GPA, academic games, state and national champions, a youth governor of the state, and city championships in numerous sports, I'd wager that we're doing everything very right. All too often, we get wrapped up in the negative, and sometimes we let the negative get wrapped up in us. But one Sunday, the Reverend Dr. Frederick G. Sampson delivered a sermon that has changed my outlook on life. More aptly put, he said something that will stay with me for the rest of my life. And I would like to share that with my fellow graduates. He said, don't get caught up in the attitude of the atmosphere. And I have learned from my experience that many leaders, many great leaders, can very easily lose their head and get caught up in an ugly atmosphere and unfortunately get a really ugly attitude. But I say to you today, graduates, faculty, and friends, don't get caught up in the attitude of the atmosphere. As a matter of fact, if you don't like the atmosphere, use your attitude to change it. Fortunately, through God, I have learned that all things are possible. And if you believe in the power of the Lord, you shall receive the power of the Lord. And through my Renaissance experience, I have also learned that if you can believe in yourself, you will receive the power that God gave you. He has given each and every one of us a gift. Your friends may not believe it. Your enemies may not believe it. Even your parents may not believe it. But if you do, the world is yours for the taking. In conclusion, our class motto states, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. And our class song is Hero. And with that in mind, I want every graduate to continue to be the heroes they have been by believing in themselves today and preparing themselves for the future. And congratulations to each and every one of them.
Good morning, parents, staff, distinguished guests, and best of all, the graduating class of '94. It's finally here, the moment that each and every one of us has been dreaming about since August 1991, when we first stepped into Renaissance as freshmen. Today we graduate, and I've been lucky enough to be one of the people who get to talk to you about it. I've been thinking about and preparing for this speech for quite a while now. I would think of something and say, yeah, I should talk about that in my speech. But all those ideas were discarded last week when I was at home sick. When I thought there was a chance that I could miss all this, I knew what I had to talk about. I want to speak about what you all, the Renaissance class of 1994, mean to me. As I sat home last week, I realized it wasn't just a prom or a graduation that I'd miss, but that I would miss seeing my beautiful friends in their gorgeous dresses and tuxedos, and I would miss the feelings of happiness that are abounding on this stage as I speak. These past few days haven't been just senior activities, but these are my final moments with people that I have cared about for 4 years. I'm not so good at expressing my feelings, so I found a poem to help me do it. It's called love, and it says everything that I couldn't. I love you, not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. I love you, not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I love you for the part of me that you bring out. I love you for putting your hand into my heaped up heart and passing over all the foolish, weak things that you can't help dimly seeing there, and for drawing out into the light all the beautiful belongings that no one else had looked quite far enough to find. I love you because you are helping me to make of the lumber of my life not a tavern, but a temple, out of the works of my everyday, not a reproach, but a song. I love you because you have done more than any creed could have done to make me good, and more than any fate could have done to make me happy. You have done it without a touch, without a word, without a sign. You have done it by being yourself. Perhaps that is what being a friend means, after all. I love you guys, and I'll miss you even more than I can say. Thank you.
The future belongs to those who prepare for today. The words of Malcolm X, which have served as our class motto, are a meaningful thought for all of us today as we celebrate the end of our high school days, as well as the next phase of our development. As we have gone through our high school years, oftentimes we may not have recognized the importance of our daily activities in relation to our future. To me, the preparations we make today are not only academic, but social. By learning about other cultures and how to relate to other people, we can become well-adjusted individuals who know the responsibilities necessary for peaceful communities in the future. Academically, we must prepare by attaining the knowledge which will enable us to be successful professionals, as well as helpful citizens. We have already started these preparations by graduating from one of the top high schools of our city. The next step in making the future ours is continuing our education. In the past 4 years, I've had the privilege to get to know many determined, intelligent, and well-rounded young people of this class of 1994. When I look back on the past year as seniors at Renaissance, the things I cherish the most are the people I've met and the friendships I've cultivated. From the stressed out times of studying for exams to the enjoyment of being scared out of our minds on the roller coasters at Cedar Point, every moment has been a journey. This part of our journey may have ended, but we all still have many journeys and adventures ahead. Together we will make a difference because the future belongs to us and we are preparing for it today.
Good morning, family, friends, faculty, and my fellow members of the class of 1994. Graduation has special meaning for each of us. For some, it is a time of sheer relief and exuberance after surviving high school with only minor post-traumatic stress syndrome. For others, it is a bittersweet time in which one looks forward to adulthood, but regrets leaving behind the comfort and security of adolescence. For me, graduation from high school has been a time for reflection. I have not only contemplated the experiences of the last 4 years, but those that have been of importance throughout my life. Not surprisingly, some of the most important of these experiences are graduations from other stages in my education. For a moment, I would like to take you back to reminisce past graduations and distinguish the emotions then from the feelings of today. Graduation from kindergarten was memorable, but by no means meaningful at the time. How could a child addicted to the Smurfs and in love with Michael Jackson actually have, in the words of Jack Handy, deep thoughts? The only value that one could find in graduating from kindergarten was that first grade was just around the corner and the dreaded nap time was a thing of the past. Of course, graduating from the 8th grade was much more significant. Our maturity level allowed us to understand that going to high school was an important step in our educational journey. But with all the tearful goodbyes of 8th grade graduation and the apprehension about becoming a high school freshman, we knew in the back of our minds that good friends were still close by, and our parents were always there for advice and support. Today, those previous graduations are distant memories whose meanings are dwarfed by what it means to be a graduating high school senior. Our first steps across the stage today are as an adolescent, unsure about leaving home for perhaps the first time, wary of an uncertain future, and fearful of losing trusted friends and mentors. As we receive our diplomas, our final steps from the stage will be the first steps of adulthood. We will walk with a new air of confidence, anxious to pursue our awaiting freedom, secure that the education of the past 12 years has ensured a prosperous future, and ready to begin a new chapter in our lives. We can look back on previous graduations or look forward to many more, but nothing is more meaningful today than graduating from Renaissance High School. Thank you.
A famous man in a commercial once said, "Yes, I am." That's what I would like to say to you today. Yes, I am. Yes, you are. Yes, we are. We are the brightest. We are the best. And we are graduating. Graduation is merely a confirmation of what we are. It is not an accomplishment in itself. Rather, it signifies something larger. It is the culmination of learning and experience over 4 years. And some experiences we have had. From baccalaureate last year to the ride home from Cedar Point last week, my time with you all ranks among the best in my life. The people I've gotten to know and those I've gotten closer to will, I hope, be my friends for over many years. You have been an integral part in my maturation. You guys mean more to me than I could ever have imagined at the beginning of school. So thank you for being there, and don't be strangers. Ladies, I'm always free. Give me a call. Guys, my hoop is yours. Stop by anytime. Peace. I love you. Congratulations to the graduating class of '94, and to all our families and teachers who helped make this wonderful day possible. Our deep appreciation and thanks. Thanks a lot. Greetings, classmates, faculty, family, and friends. Our keynote speaker this morning is a proud product of another fine Detroit Public High School, Cass Tech. She received a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Performance from Marygrove College and from Wayne State University, a Master's in English Education. She has toured the United States and Caribbean with 2 dance companies, the Detroit City Dance Company and the Clifford Fear Company. She has taught for 11 years at Renaissance, guiding our dance workshop to fame and accolades. This is her last year here at Renaissance, for she is leaving for New Trier High School in North Metropolitan Chicago. Since I never had the nerve or the skills to be in workshop, I asked a couple of its members to describe her. The terms used to describe her included warm, caring, appreciative, of humor, intelligent, and ambitious. I would like to add one other word to that list: inspirational. She has inspired the best in all that she has done. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present to you Mrs. Andrea Johnson.
Thank you, Bernard. That was a wonderful introduction. First, I'd like to say good morning. And I'd like to extend a special greeting to, I have to do this in a special way because, as you know, this is a family. And when you are a family, there are people in the family that are really important. Like the person that you have to go to when you need permission to do something. your mother, Mrs. Hamilton, our principal. And the person who is the disciplinarian of the family, you know, I'm going to send you to your daddy, Mr. Burton. Some of you have been in his office a few times. I'm not going to say who, but Mr. Burton. Your aunts and uncles, my brothers and sisters, who sometimes have to step into the shoes of your parents because your parents can't always be there. The Renaissance faculty and staff. Of course, your parents I like to greet, who have nurtured you and sent you to us, put you in our care, and when you go home, they have to deal with you. Distinguished guests, and of course, I'd like to greet the class of 1994. It is in the spirit of those who are present, those who have gone on before us, and of those who are yet to come, that I bring you this message. For without one, the other does not exist. It is both an honor and a privilege to come before you this morning to deliver a message I hope you will be able to tuck into a corner of your mind and pull out from time to time as you need it, because you will be standing before the window of opportunity during the next phase of your life. I must admit, when your graduation committee approached me and asked me to be the commencement speaker, I was speechless. Now I know you all don't believe that, right? Because I always have something to say. Mrs. Johnson always says something to everybody, especially if you walk into the dance studio with your shoes on. But I was speechless. I just kind of sat there and went, and Camille said, well, and Bernard said, and Crystal said, oh, Miss Johnson, come on. And I said, I don't know, let me think about it. Give me a couple days. I don't know that that's even appropriate. Let me think about it. So not only did I think about it, but I consulted with my mentors, my colleagues, my friends, and my family. And just like you get support, I got the support that brings me to you today. Once I got over the shock and got my support, I realized we have a lot of things in common. Like many of you, I went through the Detroit public school system, and my parents told me what high school I was going to attend. I came to Renaissance and was confused by the rotation schedule. Sometimes I went to the wrong lunch. Sometimes I sat in the wrong room wondering where my students were, and Mr. Tank, bless his heart, came in one day and said, well, why are you still sitting here? You can go home. And I said, don't I have another class? He said, no, go home. Class school is over. And I said, oh, okay, I was confused. I really didn't know. But we finally made it through, you and I. We stand here ready to graduate. It's taken me, let's see, I got there in 1983, it's taken me 11 years, it's only taken you 4. We're venturing into new places, a little scared, a little anxious, yet excited to begin this new phase of life. Many opportunities will present themselves along this journey they call life. When you stand before that window of opportunity, will you recognize it? If it opens, even just a crack, will you be able to slip through it? And will you be ready for the challenges you'll face when you get on the other side? Now you might say to yourself, self, how could I be before the window of opportunity and not know? Well, I have to tell you from my own experiences. I can remember being a substitute teacher at Central High School. You know how you all treat substitute teachers. I was fresh out of college with a fine arts degree and no teaching certificate. I had not planned to teach. I was a performance major. One day I was sitting in my classroom, or whoever's classroom I was subbing in for the day, and the English department head and assistant principal came in and asked me if I wanted to teach a performing arts course for the coming semester. They needed another elective. This was a window of opportunity. I didn't know. All I knew is, hey, I could be in the same classroom all semester. I didn't have to worry about following somebody else's lesson plans. Cool, I'll do that. Yes, I said yes. So they pushed me on through, and I got on the other side, and I was unprepared. I didn't know what I was doing. Fortunately, there were experienced teachers who guided me and helped me get through the year. And when I got to the end, had I been prepared, I would have had a full-time job. but I wasn't ready. I didn't have the necessary qualifications to get a full-time job. So I figured, okay, you live and learn. I decided to take control of my life and create an opportunity. I wasn't gonna stand there and not know where opportunity was. I was gonna create one. So I went to the College of Education at Wayne State University. I was ready, so I thought. I mean, you know, I had a bachelor's degree, had pretty good grades, had taught a little bit, created a course, and I was going to enroll in a program and receive my master's and teaching certificate in English education. I was in an English department teaching performing arts, why not? I made an appointment with the English education department chair, sat down my resume, my transcript in front of him, and I waited for that window to open. Well, not only did the window not open, but the department chair advised me to go on back over there to the dance department, get your master's over there. Because if you want to get a master's in English education, that's going to cost you too much money. It's going to be difficult. You have all these classes you never took that you're going to have to take. So why are you even standing here at my desk? And I was, oh, okay. I took a deep breath. Now, you know what I really want to say. But I took a deep breath. I counted to 10. I thanked him for his time. And I went directly to the registration office and registered for as many English classes as I could handle every semester until I had the prerequisites. I went back to that window. Now he's standing before this window of opportunity I thought I created. I went back to the window, and he did remember who I was. I laid down my transcript, and he said, "Oh, we'd love to have you in the department." So he opened up the window and let me in, and I was fortunately able to accept those challenges that lay on the other side. And those are the challenges that brought me to you, to Renaissance High School, and to the window that you created for me. The window to the opportunity to address you, the class of 1994. What can I say to help you as life's opportunities come your way? Neither I, my colleagues, or your parents can go with you. We can't lift the latch. We can't point out the window. We can't guide you through the challenges. But we must give you something. Something that maybe you can hang in your dorm room or sit by your bedside and flip through from time to time. A reminder of those things that you already know that help you recognize that opportunity, help you slip through, and help you meet the challenges. So what I'd like to leave you with is a passage from a book that those of you who still have graduation presents to buy, in addition to buying Dr. Seuss's Oh, the Places We'll Go, please buy them a copy of Robert Fulghum's book, All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, and let them take that with them. And this passage from that book is a very, very simple reminder of all the things that you need to know as opportunities present themselves to you. Just remember, share everything. Anything worth having is sharing with someone else. Play fair. Don't hit people. Don't hit people. Put things back where you found them. Clean up your own mess. Now sometimes your mess is your life. Clean up your own mess. Don't take things that aren't yours. Say you're sorry when you hurt someone. Wash your hands before you eat. Flush. And for the gentlemen, put the seat back down too. So. I live in a house full of men. Warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Notice I did not say warm cigarettes and cold beer. I said warm cookies and cold milk are good for you. Live a balanced life. Learn some and think. Draw and paint and sing and dance and play and work some every day. Take a nap every afternoon. Now some of you have been doing that at Renaissance. Fortunately for you, your classes are spread out in college. You can work your schedule in your nap time. Okay, you don't have to do it in class anymore, but please take a nap every day. When you go out into the world, watch out for traffic. Hold hands and stick together. Now I have to add something of my own here. While you're holding hands, reach back and grab somebody's hand who's behind you and help them learn how to cross the street too. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup? The roots go down and the plants come up. Nobody really knows why, but we're all like that. Goldfish and hamsters and white mice that sometimes run around the biology room when they're not supposed to. And even the little seed in the styrofoam cup, they all die. And so do we. And remember, oh yes, we do. So you have to do your best while you're here because your time is limited. It is finite. They all die, and so do we. And remember the Dick and Jane books. Now that's for the parents. We remember Dick and Jane. You all probably remember Bells and Drums and some other books. However, whatever your primers were, one of the first words that you learned was look. Look. Pay attention. Pay attention as you go through life. Don't be the one who watches things happen or wonder what happened. Be the person that makes things happen. And when you find yourself standing before that window of opportunity, recognize it. When the window opens, even if it's just a crack, slip on through it. And when you get to the other side, be prepared for all of the challenges you will face. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Johnston. We really are going to miss you. We love you so much. And don't forget about us, and please come back. At this time, we come to that part of our program that we have all been waiting for. And most of all, this exemplary group of young ladies and young men in front of me. This time, it's the presentation of the diplomas. Mrs. Turner, will you please come to the stage?
The 1994 class president, Jamal Malik Edwards. The vice president, Peter Lyons Tate. Recording secretary, Deidre Kelly. Corresponding secretary, Bobby Jean Hayes. Class treasurer, Keontae Trimmer. Parliamentarian, Monda Burke. Chairperson of the graduation committee, Camille Elizabeth Edwards. Valedictorian, Rebecca Howell. Valedictorian, Kate Marie Halbert. Salutatorian, Tiffany Nicole Powell. Sergeant at Arms and Salutatorian, Bernard Bruno. Anika Akins. Jean Beckley. Carmen Leslie Binder. Stephen Blount. Maria Bowman. Gloria Briscoe. Colleen Brown. Micaiah Brown. Patricia Burns. Letitia Nicole Carter. Candace Joan Chambers. Monique Kristen. Jerry Baker Cook. Anthony Davis. Felicia Davis. Karen DeShields. Jason David Dixon. Christopher Shea Downing. Krishara Sienna Dudley. Michelle Laverne Edmondson. Crystal Sherry Ellison. Robin Lachelle Inslee. Dawn Denise Usery. Jamal Farrakhan. Luan Foster. Camille Charisse Frost. Helena Gardner. Talisha Francis Gotti. Monica Gladney. Anissa Glaspie. Jamal Gray. Sabrina Nicole Green. Roderick Aquilo Hardeman. Dorian Hardeman. Stuart Keith Campbell Harris. Shayla Elise Rachel Hawkins. Daniel Hearing. Tanisha Heron. Ryan Hendricks. Latoya Henry. Morgan Higginbotham. Katrina Marie Hill. Ursula Ann Hines. Bethany Michelle Hobson. Jason Michael Holloway. Rebecca Elizabeth Morrissey Hopper. Angela Renee Hostin. Kenya Howard. Nicole Ingram. Durf Dwayne Jackson. Tamika Latoya Jackson. Eric Emmanuel Jefferson. Stephanie Cassandra Johnson. Darnell Jones. Kiana Jones. Crystal Danielle Kidd. Jessica Ann Moulton. Samuel John Leggett. Sharon Lindsay. Shannon Adrian Lofton. Tracy Lorraine Mack. Napindra Dawn McGee. Chad Everett Mingham. Takia O'Neill Marks. Todd Lewis McLean. Heather McCowan. Rashida Ali Morgan. Sonia Monique Morgan. Marquita Miles. Farah Nicole Nichols. Ruby Zoma. Mary Obolnicki. Dominique Pace. DeAndre Payne. Leanne Janine Peebles. Rebecca Lynn Perry. Paul Peterson. Courtney Lynn Barnes. Harmony Tara Rochelle Pittman. Robert Lee Plant III. Julia Lynn Pointer. Scar Denise Pollard. Marvin Howard Porter. Tamara Lene Paul. Shaneri Liska Prince. Rosalind Michelle Ratner. Davida Monet Ryder. Makita Nicola Robertson. Angela Robinson. Charlotte Marie Robinson. Jason Carney Rogers. Alisa Rozier. Camille LeBon Ryan. Josh Scabaris. Jerika Monique Shields. Fitzroy Silvera. Tamika Marcianda Sloan. Calvin Ray Smith. Candy Lee Anna Smith. Curtis Smith. Dwayne Smith. India Sherry Smith. Shaquila Monique Smith. Courtney Lee Springer. Terry Spurling. Jalene Stallings. Tara Lynn Stamps. Tara Lynn Stamps. Mark Staples. Maxfield Joseph Arthur Stepaniak. Joy Patrice Stevens. Ricardo Miguel Stewart. Alicia Dante Somerville. Celise Sunset Thomas. Samantha Elaine Thompson. Arthur Kirk Torres. Marcus Trice. Mary Faith Trombley. Sydney Renee Turner. Jerry Van Alstyne. Curtis Walker. Johnny C. Walker III. Geneva Melanie Ward. Watson Sandette Watson. Adrian Leah Wellborn. Alina Drew Wheeler. Jennifer Williams. Wanye Devon Williams. Cassandra Michelle Williams. Leslie Williams. Jamar O. Wilson. Gary Everett Winston II. Leonora Winston. Kenyatta Tennille Winston. Kenyatta Winston.
At this time, there are just a couple of things we'd like to leave with you. First of all, I want you to remember something. God has a plan for your life, and that's all you need to know. Number 2, keep the telephone of your mind open to peace, harmony, health, love, and abundance. Then whenever doubt, anxiety, or fear try to call you, they'll keep getting a busy signal, and soon they'll forget your number. At this time, I'd like for the graduates of the class of 1994 to please stand. And face me. By the authority vested in me by the state of Michigan and the Detroit Board of Education, I now pronounce you graduates. have a farewell from Miss Julia Pointer. With the alumni of the 1994 class of Renaissance High School, please take a seat so that Miss Pointer may give her farewell address. Thank you.
I'll make it short, y'all. Even after all this time with you, I feel deprived. It seems we're just beginning to know and appreciate each other. Nevertheless, we will always share a common connection. For 4 years, we have encouraged each other, learned from one another, and been inspired together. And today, garnished with a mixture of joy and regret, our childhood is being consumed. Reality will be the dessert, and determination the napkin that will wipe away the spills of life. Right now, we are basking in the glory of our youth, energized merely by our existence. Tomorrow, as part of the next generation, we will be challenged to make memorable contributions to society. It is our turn to improve the world. We are prepared. We have learned from our past mistakes, and every lesson is worth remembering. We will hold these lessons in our hearts as a reminder that we are not perfect, but we are now exactly as we should always be. A combination of idealism, hope, and enthusiasm, sponges for knowledge, inventors of history, catalysts for anything we wish to change, transformers. We can fly, we will soar. Farewell.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been asked to make this announcement. We're going to do the alma mater, and then we're going to do the recessional. And after the recessional, you're asked to go to the assembly area, that is staff and graduates, to return your gowns. Good luck. Thank you very much.
We're proud of number one. to what we had. The good times that made us laugh always come back. I thought we gave to thee forever, but forever's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where this road is going to lead me. All I know is where we've been and what we've been through. If we get to see tomorrow, I hope it's worth all the pain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yesterday.